Honorable Darko Mensah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's a good opportunity to support the motion on the floor on the budget statement and economic policy of the government of Ghana for 2019 financial year. Mr. Speaker, this budget can clearly be described as a Juma and Impuntu budget. Mr. Speaker, why am I saying so? If we take this budget, it contains ingredients for jobs. It contains ingredients for prosperity. Mr. Speaker, this budget is also hinged on the Sustainable Development Goals. And for education, Goal 4, which is on quality education, I do believe, and I'm clear in my mind, that this budget really supports quality education for this country. Mr. Speaker, if we take this budget, some of the issues that are clear in this budget, Mr. Speaker, is about a training program to ensure that heads of schools get leadership training and management training. Mr. Speaker, basically a lot of the debate that has gone on in this country is about quality of education. And any budget that is able to address the issues or input for quality education is the right budget for this country. Because we need education as a matter of fact to create opportunities and through opportunities to create prosperity. Mr. Speaker, if you also take this budget, it is clear that the Ministry of Education has completed their review on the pre-tertiary bill and educators regulator bill. That will be implemented next year, and this budget caters for it. Thirdly, Mr. Speaker, if you take this budget, it concentrates on providing science, technology, education, and mathematics education to schools. And next year, this budget professes to provide for 7,000 schools across the length and breadth of this country. It will also provide 10 STEM centers across this country. This is going to improve education in this country. Mr. Speaker, this budget also talks about regularizing the teaching of French in our basic schools. And for this budget is done quite done. One of the major difficulties with our students, especially at the pre-tertiary level, Mr. Speaker, is on the issue of reading, writing, arithmetic, and creativity. And this budget clearly provides for it. Mr. Speaker, we've been told that there was a licensing exam for teachers. And my honorable ranking member said that it was not conducted well. Mr. Speaker, this issue has been debated in the public domain for over a year before the exams were written. And therefore, if you are a student, if you are a teacher, and you write an exam and you don't pass, you have to try a lot the next time and make sure you pass. Because with professionalism, that is the only way we can go to ensure that our children get quality education in our schools all throughout the year. Mr. Speaker, moving forward, the honorable member mentioned that double track is a problem. Mr. Speaker, I believe it's not a problem at all. It is not a problem at all. Innovation. Because it's an innovation. It's a huge innovation because for students, they get 2 hours of extra tuition every day that they go to school. If a school is not organized, that school is not organized, it's not a policy. Because I have gotten an opportunity to take my child to Achimota, and within 10 minutes, he was registered and he started work. So if other schools are creating problems for themselves, that is not about the policy. It's about the school management. That is why this policy that has been presented is to give training to our heads of institutions about leadership and about management. And therefore, this budget is the right budget to support double track senior high school. Mr. Speaker, I've been told that NDC wanted to recruit 29,000 people. Why? What kind of business is this? I don't understand. What about those who are given appointment letters 5 days to take over on the 7th of January? NDC had the opportunity to employ 29,000 people, and they were so wicked they didn't give it to their people or to Ghanaians in their time. The Speaker, they should better stop telling us this like or be informing the public. The Speaker, yes. This budget.
Hold on. Your mic, please. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I believe the honourable member in his submission could have done without the word wicked. I believe it's unparliamentary. And I implore on you to use your good office to withdraw the word wicked.
Please withdraw wicked. It's unparliamentary.
Mr. Speaker, I've withdrawn it. I don't have a problem withdrawing it at all. But the fact of the matter is that if they had that opportunity and they did not give that opportunity to Ghanaians to be teachers in this country, then first and foremost, I believe that was not well thought out. I believe that was not right, because our children would have gotten better education if they've gotten trained teachers into the system to teach. That is why I'm happy that the president was able to recruit in 2007-2008 academic year 19,650 teaching and non-teaching staff for our schools. And currently, they've also recruited 8,872 for our school. This is a good government. Nanado is a good man, and the LDP party is a good party. Mr. Speaker,
Continue. Go on.
Mr. Speaker, we believe in education. In fact, the fundamental principles, the fundamental philosophy of our party is based on life, freedom, and opportunity. That's fundamental. That's the triplets of our philosophy, our center-right philosophy. And this budget is clearly on point, on jobs and then on prosperity. Mr. Speaker, if you take the education infrastructure development that has gone on in this country, you come to realize that under President Kufuor, we wanted to make schools that were in districts, that were poor schools, secondary schools, to be model secondary schools. And we're able to do 55 of them. I mean, for the first time in the history of this country, a school like Shama Secondary School became a top-class school in Western region, and sometimes you have to beg even to get admission. Under another Darko Akufo-Addo, 42 of these schools have been remodeled. Now, they are at par with my school like in Fansum, at par with Atimota, at par with Wesley Girls, at par with Kumasi High and GSS. And this is what we call investment. Mr. Speaker, one of the biggest challenges I've had in this country is that the Constitution mandates that successive governments continue the work of what their predecessors have done. In Ghana also, there's a clear proverb that says that Ejumesini Eniakitia. Ejumesini Eniakitia. It means that when you do a job in half, you don't have to earn anything for it, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, sometimes I get worried when the NDC wants to take credit for all the projects that the MPP is completing. In fact, by our own account proverb, it shows that you don't have to even take credit for it. In fact, I believe that we should insist that for every project that is done in Ghana, if it's not completed, the person who started it should not take credit. So we don't spread ourselves thinly all over the country, have so many unused properties across the length and breadth of the country, and we'll continue to raise taxes to pay for new ones. Mr. Speaker, I believe that this MPP government is the right government for this country at this moment. And that is why we have gone for 1.5 billion, and we are going to complete all the schools that have been left behind by successive governments, including the NDC government that wants to take credit for something they've not actually done. Mr. Speaker, I believe that this budget is clear in its mandate to provide quality education for the good people of this country. This budget is clear in its mind to provide for Ghanaian children and to make sure that when we train our children, they have the skills to be able to live life and live life more prosperously. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to add my voice.
Yeah.